G'day guys, it's Pete Moriarty here, and we are covering how you can make sure that you keep your new year starting fresh. That is your financial new year. And so we are going to be going through a few different ways that you can get your tech stack cleaned up and ready for this time of year, starting with a fresh slate. I like to think of it as a little bit of spring cleaning. And what we're going to be covering is how you can really get things tidied up and be ready for a new period in your business. The Lastpass Security Challenge is a good bit of security housekeeping for you, and that is inside your Lastpass. You just go to your Lastpass vault, and so if you are not yet using Lastpass, you should be. Lastpass helps you to keep your password secure by giving you one master password linked to your phone as a second factor authentication device, and that password gets you into all of your other websites, but it sets a separate and distinct password, encrypted, not encrypted, but randomized for each website that you're working with. And what that means is that you don't share passwords for all your different services. And when someone gets access to one of your passwords, they can't go around and try all of your different logins with the same email address to see if they can break into anything else. That's one of the easiest ways that people actually have their data compromised and their money stolen, is because they've had one password on one website compromised, and it may be a 2-bit website from 10 years ago that you used once, that eventually they didn't update their database, they got hacked, but you used the same email and password as you used for your Gmail, or you used for your Facebook, or you used for online banking maybe. And if you have the same password, then someone can pretty easily go to all those websites and actually test those out. So if you haven't already done it, use Lastpass, great application to help you out. Now, one of the things you can do if you are a Lastpass user is actually update your security, and it is called the Security Challenge. Now, I've got to be really careful here that I don't expose any of my passwords. So let's go and find the security checkup. I've got a feeling it's in the vault, or it might actually be in my admin panel. Okay, still pretty safe, still pretty safe. Here we go, Security Challenge. And you can see I've got a lot of work to do with my security challenge. I'm going to click on Show My Score. I like to be completely transparent with you guys, so I've got nothing to hide. And I'm going to see if this is going to show. No, it's not going to show characters, so I can enter my password here without you guys seeing, unless anyone is capturing my keyboard, which you're probably not doing. So what this is going to do is this is basically going to go through my Lastpass account. It's going to look at all of the passwords that I've got saved inside of Lastpass, and it's going to tell me how secure my passwords are. Now, this is probably going to be embarrassing because you're going to have to do what I say and not what I do here. I've got a lot of old websites that are saved in here, and those old websites have actually been, some of them have been compromised, some of them are using the same password. Let's go and have a look at these. So you can see here that there are many different passwords associated with my vault. I don't know what that means. Here we go. Okay, so my security score is only 54%. That's pretty terrible. So my challenge to you is, if you can get a better security score than me, then you're at least doing well. But you can see here there's some passwords that have not been changed from 6 years ago. There we go. From my JotForm password probably needs to be changed. And so this is a simple way for you to check up on how your security is doing, and it allows you to go through and actually change those passwords on those old websites. Some of them even have like a one-click change my password button, and it'll go to the website, it'll change the password, it'll insert a new randomized password, and then it'll come back and save that password in your vault. Pretty cool software. Okay, gonna check for questions. Is this thank you. I love keto. Nice one, Simon. Yeah, that's definitely my master password. Cool. I've got one last tip for you guys, and then we are going to finish up. If you are using a Chromebook or a Chrome device, and I know that may not be many of you, but if you are in the Google world and you're interested in G Suite, then by certain you would have come across Chromebooks or maybe even used one yourself. When you're using any machine, it's good to give it a wipe every now and again. And on a Chromebook, that is just called a power wash. So all I need to do is open up my Chromebook, I go to my settings here, and I search for power wash. Here we go, and if I click that reset button, it's going to completely power wash the machine. Now, this is akin to completely reinstalling Windows or reinstalling Mac OS, wiping it and formatting it on a clean slate. Now, I'm very much in this discipline because when I used to use a Mac as my primary machine, I would actually do this every year. I would wipe my machine. And that's what I recommend you consider doing as well. But with a Chromebook, it lets you do it with one button. I don't have to find the install disks or dick around with the App Store. There's just one button and I can completely wipe the machine. And then when it opens back up again fresh, I log in with my Google G Suite account, and it automatically brings down all of my Chrome data, bookmarks, information, save passwords, everything is just built right in, and it synchronizes down to the machine. I don't have to worry about it. Now, if you are on a Mac or you are on a PC, I recommend you do the same thing, but you probably want to back up first. I'm very diligent in that I never leave anything sitting on the local desktop of my computer that I wouldn't be happy to have it wiped. I've spilt glasses of wine on my computers, I've lost them, I ran one over with a car, I had someone steal one out of my car. And so I'm always in the discipline of having everything backed up using either Google Backup and Sync or Google File Stream, or not saving anything that I'm not worried about on the local desktop. And so I'm happy to wipe any of my computers any day of the week, or lose one of my computers any day of the week, knowing that I've got it backed up in Google, and Google is backed up with cloud backup software. That's part of our concierge program. And so I can wipe any one of my machines, not have to worry about it. I bet you that you're worrying about it right now. If I told you that I was going to take your machine off you and wipe it, then you're probably going to be thinking, oh, did that backup work? Did I plug in the hard drive? Is the time machine actually working? So what I want you to do is, I don't want you to wipe it without backing up first. I want you to do a backup. So you plug in your time machine if you're on a Mac, or you maybe run a manual backup if you're on a Windows. And then what you can do is wipe the machine and start again. And here's the challenge. I want you to start again, but don't restore from your backup. Start again, but don't restore from your backup. I want you to start fresh, install Google Chrome, install any of the other apps that you need, sign in with your Google account, sign in with Google File Stream, sign in with Google Backup and Sync, so your Google Drive synchronizes, and then see how much work you can get done without restoring from backup. I would say you're probably going to be surprised, as most business owners have got most of their data in cloud platforms like Xero for your accounting, or maybe you've got your your online design sitting inside of Canva instead of using Photoshop these days. I would suspect that you can get a lot of work done just by signing into your cloud-based accounts and not needing to actually restore anything from backup. Little pro tip, I do this with my phone as well. About once or twice a year, I'll actually back it up. I do back it up just in case something happens with the phone. Sometimes I've got crypto wallets and things like that. But what I will do is wipe the phone, and then I won't restore from backup. All I'll do is I'll download the apps and sign in again. And what that lets you do is check yourself and check, am I backed up? Could I survive the machine being switched off and lost? Could I survive losing all of my data? Could I survive accidentally deleting something? And so pro tip there for those of you who want to go pro and start with a completely clean slate for the new financial year. If you are at all interested in a technology concierge for your business, that is our service that helps small business owners get their tech out of the way and get them focusing on the business. So it's called Cloud Concierge. Head along to itgenius.com if you're interested in checking that out. All the details are there. Our growth plan is our most popular plan. That's the one that most businesses will go onto, and that is when you are in growth mode in your business and we are implementing new software, new strategies for you, or you want our help to implement Google Sites, or clean up your Google Drive, or migrate data in your Google Apps account. The support plan is for those that literally just need support of existing apps. So maybe you've got Dialpad or you've got Google and you want someone to support your team because you don't want to be the IT manager anymore. Most businesses will at least start with the growth plan. Some of them then drop back to support after we've implemented what we've implemented. But most businesses who we work with will want to implement something new at least once a year. So our growth plan is now the most valuable plan for most businesses that are there. You can see we've got a pricing table with all the bits and pieces. The most important thing that we've just added to our growth plan is a dedicated account manager. So each person that jumps onto a growth plan is going to have a dedicated concierge to work with them on their business and growth strategies to help you get everything rocking and rolling in the business. Anyway, if you're interested in that, drop us a message down below. I won't do too much more of a pitch on that. Really appreciate your time. Thank you for taking part in this. If you are at all interested in further help from our team, you can join our free G Suite group. It's called G Suite Community, and there is a link to it down below. And what that group is for business owners that are either using G Suite or considering using Google G Suite for their business operations, and there's heaps of questions being answered in there. We do private live streams inside that group as well for everything Google. So if you're interested in a deeper dive into the Google ecosystem, go ahead and join that group. It's free. You just need to request access via the link below here, and we will catch you in the next one. Thanks so much for being a part, and we will see you guys soon.